Hang tight there, folks. Hang tight. Okay, just checking some of my text messages here. Listening to some Kool and the Gang. Right? Kool and the Gang? Oh, that reminds me. My God, is it cold outside? Never fear, folks. 44 degrees is near. Wow, I made that up. Just rhyming. Okay, hold on. Let me get my music down. I have 2 days to make up for. I apologize for not being here yesterday. Well, I apologize that the show did not air live yesterday. I happened to be here. It was the staff that seemed to have troubles. Now, wait a minute. I would, as you well know, I would gladly be the first to give this entire staff a hard time. I would just love the opportunity. But in fairness, which I always hate to do something and say in fairness, because we all know what fair is. Fair is a place you take a pig to win a blue ribbon. But in fairness, yesterday was a bad day, and now it's rough out today, this morning. Still 15 degrees. When I came in this morning, when I was driving in, 15 degrees out there. It's still, the side roads are still difficult. There's a lot of the side roads that are not cleared due to the cold temperatures. I'm going to give a shout out to all of the local county emergency management, the road departments, public works departments in the local counties. You guys have worked very hard, men and women, done a great job. And the state 515 was quite a challenge yesterday. For the most part, it is pretty clear sailing, but please be careful with the ice. Now, I came out very early this morning, black ice still, and yes, side roads. Now, I will tell you what I did not see yesterday on social media. I did not see your snow play pictures because it was cold out. You know, the last snowstorm we had, you know, some places 2 inches, some places as much as a foot of snow, but the roads were wet. Okay, they were wet because temperatures were high, and we did not have to deal with that, and everybody enjoyed sleigh riding and putting up their snow pictures. I will tell you, yesterday, social media was not a buzz with your snow pictures making a snowman or sleigh riding. But I tell you what social media is a buzz over this weekend is a story concerning parents angered over the current state of Fannin County High School athletics. That has been a major buzz, and a guy by the name of Donnie Kendall went to the Board of Education meeting and made some comments concerning the athletic department at Fannin County High School school system, and quite a buzz. We're going to talk about that at 9 o'clock, okay? Trying to get some people to make some other comments. Natalie was at the meeting. Natalie reported the meeting. At 9 o'clock, with this particular story, parents angered over current state of Fannin County High School athletics. You're going to want to tune in at 9 because I am going to give you a full detailed explanation. This story alone will help you understand how Fetch Your News goes about reporting stories when we feel it's accurate or the appropriate time to come out with stories. You see, we don't, and I won't brag here. Well, this is a little bit of bragging, but I don't like to brag. I'm not like the president or anything, you know. But we don't run and rush to break a story like the fake news media will go and break a story just to be first. We actually like, when I see something, as the CEO of FetchYourNews.com, when I see an actual story on Fetch Your News, and you can ask our reporters, it better be accurate. You better be able to read that story knowing that we have checked it out thoroughly. And if we have not, we will immediately clean anything up on it, whatever. And it doesn't go well around here with me if one of the reporters actually puts up a story and does not check it out thoroughly. So we're gonna discuss that at 9 o'clock. Fannin County Athletics, you're gonna want to stay in that. and accuracy in reporting. Interesting. Oh, by the way, accuracy, am I saying that correctly? Because that's one hell of a pronunciation I have to make, and we all know I struggle with those, right? So accuracy in reporting, fake news awards. I've always wanted to come on here in 2 years. I've done the show in 2 years, and I've yet to be able to come here and actually say Donald Trump and a porn star. But I'm able to today. I mean, just saying, I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to say Donald Trump and a porn star, like leading story tonight, Donald Trump and a porn star. And all right, I've already had an opportunity to say that. Now, the media always pushes on me. They always push on me to have to slow down and pronounce things. Okay, you know that, folks. If you are new to the show, BKP gets his roll on, not deodorant, gets his roll going, gets to moving rapidly, and pronunciation is not in my top 5. In fact, there used to be a little segment on Friday where people would watch the show and send in all the words I mispronounced over the week. Okay? People would do that. And, so here we go.
Cognitive.
I could get that one. I just have to slow down. Cognitive. Now, if you're watching CNN, if you're watching MSNBC, any of the fake news networks, you're hearing cognitive. That's the word of the day, cognitive, okay? And the president had his annual health examination. And the doctor comes out, and they do. See, remember, the 25th Amendment, I'm going somewhere with this, folks. The 25th Amendment, Section 4, deals with, if the cabinet will come together, I think 2/3 of the cabinet will come together and go to Congress and say, look, this guy is bat crap crazy, okay, and he has to go, all right? If they'll do that, then we can get rid of him. You remember all the stories on his mental health and how many times doctors were looking at his actions and his mental health. Well, and his cognitive functions seem to be right on target. Now, I want to tell you something. This is very serious. Very, very serious. You're hearing a lot of talk, and we're going to go into this in a little bit. You're hearing a lot of talk about the President of the United States, all jokes aside. Let me back up. Actually, I just started into the show. I didn't even say who the hell we are. I didn't say what we do. I didn't say anything. I just went, boom. There it is, this show. I wasn't here yesterday. No, I was here. I'm going to say that all day, folks, just to frustrate them, okay? I actually was here yesterday. I was looking at the camera. It was 8 o'clock. I said, where's my audience? Where's my audience? No audience. Anyhow, all jokes aside, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you would like to reach the show, 706-889-9700. You can always get in touch with us there. And chief@fetchernews.com. That's our email address. You can follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. Also, find us on Facebook, like our Facebook page. And then YouTube. FYN-TV, Fetcher News on YouTube. So subscribe to that. Now, also, some of the other things we're going to talk about today before I get back into the cognitive functions of the President of the United States. Who is Margaret Williamson? Now, we're going to talk about that a little later in the show. That'll be maybe in the 9 o'clock hour. I don't know. But who is Margaret Williamson? By the way, did you hear Cory Booker yell at the white woman? I mean, we're going to talk. I got that video. I mean, oh my God. Here's Cory Booker. Sorry, Margaret. I didn't mean to get off track there. But here's Cory Booker, allegedly gay black senator from New Jersey. Just saying. It's possible he's gay. It's possible he's gay. I don't know. The word's out there. Okay. So here's a allegedly or assumed or possibly gay black senator. If he is gay, did he throw a bitch fit? I don't know. And I didn't mean to say that, Sam. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I really am. I apologize. Oh, my God. If looks could, whatever. I'm sorry, folks. That was wrong out of me. I just say if you have when you see the video, you decide, not me. All right. So anyhow, so the gay black senator or African American senator that used to shovel snow for the old ladies in Newark, New Jersey, yelled at the white woman. Well, I'll get into who the white woman is. All right. Oh, by the way, who is Margaret Williamson? Let's get back to that. All right. Margaret Williamson is running against now she has not qualified. I'm going to explain a little bit to you. But the Speaker of the House, or House Speaker, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston is the representative. This is Margaret Williamson. We'll talk about her later in the show, but there's Margaret. And she has made a statement that she is running for the 7th House District in the state of Georgia. Now, a lot of times people in our district not get confused, but we think of Mr. Ralston as just Speaker, and I address him as that. I will always respect the office. That's how I am. That's exactly how I am. Not Bill Clinton, all right? I will not bring a cigar into the office and abuse the cigar, or Monica Lewinsky. What kind of stuff am I saying today? I don't know. I had a day off. I watched Netflix. I should never be left alone for 20...
Your filter's real broken today.
Huh?
Your filter's real broken today.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'm all teared up. I mean, hey, it brought Cory Booker to tears. He had tears of rage, though. All right, back to this. Okay, so I always think of the 7th District, obviously, and some people forget, don't take that wrong, but it's House Speaker, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston is actually the representative of the 7th District of Georgia. Margaret Williamson has told us in a statement that she has sent out across the state and to many people that she is running for that seat and opposing Mr. Ralston. We're going to tell you a little bit, and I'll tell you why I decided to do this story, folks. Many of you out there have sent me messages and said, who is Margaret Williamson? So I'm gonna give you a little bit of who this person is that's running against the Speaker somewhere around 9 o'clock. Okay, now this is not a joke. Oh, by the way, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, you got his picture? He discovered America. It's like he landed on one of the ships. Is it the Nina, the Pinta, and the Mayflower? Was that the 3? Did I get them right? I don't know. Don't look at me like that. I mean, I got 2 of them in there. Hey, I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs when 3 people in this damn office don't know how the hell the Pilgrims got here. Anyhow, were they Pilgrims before they got here? That's the big question. Tim Cook discovered America, CEO of Apple. The money's coming home. It's coming home, baby, the money. It's Trump's economy. His cognitive functions were working the day he signed that tax bill. Because look, Tim Cook's even cheering with Apple. They're bringing home the money, repatriating it. Wonder if we were correct on that. And Paul Krugman, he got the #1 award. He said, right? Is he the New York Times whack job that said as soon as Trump got elected the next morning, the economy would collapse? Just saying, fake news. I got to get my act together. Take him off the screen. All right, just saying, let's get back here. You know what? There's black guys, African Americans. I mean, I want you to go downtown in any inner city in the United States, and I want you to ask a group of African Americans. I want you to roll up there. Here, just how white can you be? All right? This is my segment. How white can you be? I want you to go, I'm serious, folks. Just how white can you be? I want you to roll up to a corner in South Side Chicago where there's 4 African Americans standing on a street corner. I want you to roll the window down. I want you to say, excuse me, Mr. African American? Okay? I want to see what gets better response, okay? Mr. African American, would you know where I could obtain some crack? Right? Or roll up to that corner, 4 black, yo, my brother, can I score on this corner or do I need to keep moving along? Which one would get you better results? I don't know. What the hell's wrong with me today? So you notice black guys, right, or African Americans on the corner, you know what they're saying? Every time they see Trump on TV, I've been wanting to say, yo, man, that white boy crazy. That's what Trump's name is in the hood. That white boy crazy. I swear to God. Oh, did you see that white boy on TV? That boy crazy. I don't know. This is might be a 3-hour show. I can't get focused. Cognitive function. My cognitive function is gone, right? Anyhow, let's see if I can put a round and square pegs. This is very serious, folks. Let me bring this down and get very, very serious. The President of the United States, how he gets treated on a daily basis. Now, John Kelly. John Kelly is the Chief of Staff, and he's an outstanding Chief of Staff, maybe the best in my adult life that I remember with Chief of Staff. I mean, I remember Don Regan in the Reagan White House. I remember a lot of Chief of Staff, okay? Rob Deadfish or Smelly Fish Emmanuel out in Chicago, right? Chief of Staff. John Kelly may be the best Chief of Staff. We're going to explain the funding for the wall. I'm so tired of hearing about the funding for the wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. And that President Trump's evolved. Folks, he's not changed his mind at all. And I'm going to explain what John Kelly said earlier. But the President of the United States gets treated just terrible by the media. I mean, that's the kindest words I can use. Now, tomorrow morning, we will be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. And I want you to tell your friends, this is why I settled down, because I want this to be very serious. Okay, if you watch any news out there, they're going to talk about, we're going to show you some videos of how nutcases these people are. If you watch any news out there, they're talking about now Trump's test, the president's test. He's a heart attack waiting to happen. He lied about his weight, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something. If Trump actually lied about his weight, he just went up 4 points with women, okay? I mean, people don't understand what I just said. You know, I'm sorry. Hate me if you want. But really, you've been to the doctor lately, the first thing they do is put your ass on that scale. And they start moving the button over. And then you yell, damn it, move that button back 150 points. All right? Like, it's not that big. It wasn't last time. Just my ass is not that wide. Write this down. All right, I'm just telling you. I'm not going to get worked on. I'm not going to get worked. But they're going crazy over the weight. Have you noticed the slideshow of all the athletes that are 239 pounds and they put up the side by side with the President of the United States? All right, he's 71 freaking years old, folks. Okay, all right. Anyhow, so they're going crazy over that. All right, the weight. They're going crazy and they want to know how the hell is he drinking 19 Diet Cokes a day, eating fried chicken, Big Macs, you know, and Starburst, red and pink, right? They want to know how he's doing all this, and they actually can come out and they know he's crazy. How can a doctor say this dude is healthy? They know he's friggin' crazy. Let me tell you why he's healthy. Because he's not putting a Tide Pod in his mouth and biting down on it like a dumbass. That's why he's healthy. Let me tell you why he may be healthy. Because he's not rolling into the store this afternoon and saying, give me a pack of so-and-so light cigarettes and smoking 2 packs a day. Could be why he's healthy. He's never done that. Could be why he's healthy because the crazy-ass white boy's not rolling up in Southside Chicago trying to score any drugs. Maybe that's why he's healthy. Maybe he's not drunk, okay? I don't know if you know the story about Fred, not Fred Claus, Fred Trump, okay? His brother. I don't know if you know the story and why Donald Trump will not drink, okay, and his children. But Donald Trump does not drink. Doesn't drink wine, doesn't drink champagne, there's somebody else like that I know. Doesn't toast at weddings, nothing. So the guy doesn't drink a drop, okay? The guy doesn't smoke cigarettes. He doesn't even smoke cigars. I mean, heck, I even BKP here. You know, I like a good cigar, a cheap cigar. A good one if you give it to me, a cheap one if I buy it. Anyhow, so Donald Trump doesn't even smoke a cigar. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't do any drugs. This could not be possible. I mean, it cannot be that this guy, because you always want to say Trump and a porn star, it could not be that this guy has lived a clean life. And it may not be, it may be reflecting in his examination. Cognitive. We're going to play a video for you in a minute that we are so serious because it's going to parallel how the hell, you're going to watch it and you're going to think, why is BKP playing this video? And I'm going to tell you why I'm playing the video. This is going to truly represent how these people are treating your President of the United States. Now, Tim Cook with Apple has decided to invest billions in this country, bring back to the shore, repatriate billions in this country, and over 5 years create 20,000 jobs in this country. And this is just one example. Why? Because of the Donald Trump crazy-ass tax plan. Now, these are corporations like Apple, all right? But no, you watch how they treat your president of the United States. Cognitive. I'm going to do this and we're going to go to break, okay? This is very, very serious. I know I say that over and over, so shut up. I know I keep saying that, all right? But this is very serious. Dr. William Whaley will be on the show in the morning, okay? We have a segment every Friday morning called Ask the Doc. Now, I'm going to tell you out there, you need to get this word out. Tell Rose Dammit to be paying attention, okay? You need to get this word out. Everybody needs to watch Dr. William Whaley on this show tomorrow at 8:15. Because what Dr. William Whaley is going to do, now let me tell you why he's a leading authority. Let me tell you why you will want to call anybody from sea to shining sea. Okay? North, south, east, west, you name it, get them 8:15 tomorrow. Because this guy has done physicals for some of the best well-known athletes that were getting ready to sign contracts. Major sporting teams. You know, they don't sign contracts with these people, these athletes, until major physicals are done. When you trade an athlete, like a hockey player from one to the other, before the trade is complete, physicals are done. Okay? This man has over his year in his career, has administered an enormous amount of professional sport physicals that millions of dollars were on the line. Okay? This guy, and I can't mention them, he may tomorrow, that's up to him. He has been and currently is, to my knowledge, been the physician of several very high name political politicians in this country. All right? He's going to break down tomorrow put Dr. Johnson, is that his name? Is it Dr. Jackson? Put a picture of Dr. Jackson, anyone. I got two. We're going to put a picture of Dr. Jackson up. I got a picture that says Dr. Jackson and Dr. That's great. This is Dr. Jackson. Actually, this is the doctor that administered Barack Obama's, I think George W. Bush, but Barack Obama all 8 years, his annual physical. This is a doctor, okay? This is the doctor that we're going to get the video, Trump's cognitive functions, because God knows it's only been a week now. Now he's going to have a heart attack, okay? That's what they want to know. So it's only been a week ago. Well, they've been doing it for a year, but a week ago that they were focusing on the Constitution amendment, the 25th Amendment, Article 4, that he was crazy as hell and we got to get him out of office, all right? And so Dr. William Whaley, Dr. Jackson is actually a real doctor. We're going to ask Dr. Whaley tomorrow to break down Dr. Jackson's statements to the press, what kind of tests are done, and if Dr. Whaley could take, because you're hearing all kinds of BS. That's what we're going to use, BS, okay? You're hearing all kinds of BS from CNN assholes. I'm so sorry. I really am. It's going to be 2 hours of straight apologies, like I care. Okay? You're hearing doctors on CNN that are double checking this guy. There's got to be something wrong with his report. There was nothing wrong with it when Barack Obama, was maybe snorting Ajax. Maybe. I don't know, okay? Maybe he was. I don't know. He's a skinny dude, I'm just checking. That dude was skinny, You know the food's good in the White House. He could get 2 burgers, You could order 2 in the White House. That's probably the only thing Trump likes about the White House. Is I can get 2 burgers? Yeah, you get 2, Mr. President. Bring in 2, okay? Double stack that thing. Anyhow, so Obama was awful skinny, just saying, and then he would sneak a cigarette. Remember he sneak a cigarette? You didn't see, holy hell, how's this show going to go? You didn't see CNN's ass out on the greens, hiding in the truck, guy hanging from the tree trying to take a picture of Barack Obama smoking cigarettes on the 9th hole, did you? No, but they was hanging from the tree trying to get pictures of Donald Trump. Come on, folks. And they want, oh, hell, Jeff Flake, go to hell home. Go home to Arizona. I mean, and you want to compare what Donald Trump says, the President of the United States, about Jeff Flake. You want to compare Joseph Stalin? Come on. This is Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton that are running off rules for radicals from Saul Alinsky. All right? Communists, rules of radicals, Saul Alinsky. The Reds, right from Joseph Stalin's playbook, right? But no, your ass is hanging from a tree trying to get a picture, of Donald Trump and playing golf with somebody. But no. If Barack Obama's out there smoking, 18 holes, 18 cigarettes, we're okay with that. Anyhow, is there any kind of substance to this show? Is there any subject? Dr. Whaley's going to talk about the President of the United States health tomorrow and what Dr. Jackson said, and he's going to you're going to want to tune in. Don't listen to CNN doctors. I must tell you, we have the best. We have the best. CNN, BS. MSNBC, they're going to round up all these. They might even bring in Dr. Phil for, I don't know. They're trucking in everybody. Please tell us the president's crazy, fat, and going to die soon. Please, somebody. Get me a list of doctors that will say he's crazy, fat, and going to die. We need to tell the American people this travesty, this horror show is almost over. Well, Dr. Whaley's going to clear that up. Have I told you that already? That'll be at 8:15 tomorrow. I asked the doc. I got a lot going on here. I mean, hey, you just check it. Folks, I'm enjoying this show more than anybody should. Donnie Kendall stepped right in it. Now, I'm just saying. I was at a baseball game one time. I watched Donnie Kendall get tossed out by the umpire for arguing with the umpire. So what'd he do? He took it over to the Board of Education. No, just my joke. Come on. Everybody's so sensitive. But Donnie, right there, Donnie Kendall, we're going to talk about Fannin athletics around 9 o'clock, all right? And who is Margaret Williamson and what else is going on? A little bit of everything's going on. Let's go to break. We should have went to break 10 minutes ago. Why didn't anybody tell me? Take us to break.
I've had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Okay, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I know, first 30 minutes, little wide open. I understand that. But, I missed yesterday. You know how I get. I could not wait to get back. I'm not angry, but I'm very over the top. I'm over the media. I'm so over these people, okay? I am so over these people. In fact, I want to open up, and I want to thank the President of the United States for sending me this tweet yesterday. He sent this tweet direct to me. I think it's called Trump Tweets Reporters. It came straight to me. Anyhow, put that up for me. Trump Tweets Reporters, that picture. And yesterday, Trump sent me a tweet, the President of the United States, and it said, do we have that? Okay, there we go. Thanks a lot. Despite some very corrupt and dishonest media coverage, there are many great reporters. Thank you, Mr. President. I respect a lot of good news. Thank you again, Mr. President, for the American people to be proud of. So for the Joseph Stalin comments, where I'm not going to get worked up. Folks, don't forget, you got Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Saul Alinsky. They're working straight out of the Reds. I don't have time to explain what the Reds mean, okay? And you have the nerve of Jeff Flakes, he will be soon, hopefully, the former senator of Arizona, telling us that Joseph Stalin is the enemy of the American people is the press. When Trump says that, it is Joseph Stalin. Autocratic. That's one of their favorite words today, autocratic. Really, I am so over the media, all right? Despite some very corrupt and dishonest media coverage, there are many great reporters I respect and a lot of good news for the American people to be proud of. Now, let me move on from that. Now, the doctor said, and I have the video, okay? We're going to play the video, and I wanted you to pay attention to it. And the reason I want to do this today, I told you, I'm thinking yesterday, I thought, Wait a minute. There's a government shutdown. All right, wait a minute. CNN, over at CNN, put the government shutdown clock. I mean, I'm not bouncing around, folks. I'm really not. But over on CNN, the government is so excited. CNN is so excited that they have, and this was a couple days ago, it's just a print, government shutdown clock in the corner. So if you accidentally stumble upon CNN and you accidentally watch 3 or 4 minutes of it, in the bottom corner there's a government shutdown clock. Do we have that? Okay, the government shutdown clock. Over at CNN, there it is. The government. That's what you'll find in the bottom corner. They cannot wait for the government to shut down. Now, this is when it was 5 days, 25 hours, and 19 minutes. All right. Now it is winding down this clock, and so that's over at CNN. That's what they're focused on. I, for one, don't care. Shut the government down. But getting back to the president's health, I didn't want to do this. I'll do it later. Because what's left from the deep state dark side? What is left? Russian investigation, collusion, obstruction. We know there's nothing there where Donald J. Trump's concerned. We know there's every bit of Russian collusion and deep state corruption where Comey, FBI, we can go into that. I am not concerned at all. Somebody yesterday called me, hey, there's an emergency subpoena for Steve Bannon. Don't care. Now, I'll keep an eye on it. Don't care, all right? Democrats are going to keep that Russian 2016 thing going until 2018, all they can. That being said, they have played all the cards. Last week, racism. I mean, they've gone from race. There's, to me, are now cognitive. I'm serious. Like, the guy's crazy. His health, he drinks Diet Cokes. There's only one thing left. One thing left. And I'm going to tell you, what is the one thing left to do where President Donald Trump's concerned and the deep state? The media, the deep state. What is the one thing left to do that they haven't tried? DEFCON 5, is that what it is? DEFCON? I'll tell you in a minute. So here's Dr. Jackson's video of his cognitive functions. Let's play that till I say come back. So tell me when you got that ready. I know I just jumped right into that. So let me know when you got that ready and tell me. All right, let's go ahead and play that.
Part of your exam. I'm wondering if you talked to the president about this, about the president's mental fitness. He has pushed back on that, calling himself a staple genius. Can you assess the president's mental fitness for office?
Absolutely. So many of you may have picked up on the fact that we did do a cognitive assessment as part of the exam. And initially, I had no intention of including a cognitive assessment in this exam because, to be honest with you, per all the guidelines that are out there, it's not indicated at this time. A lot of the guidelines would suggest that you do cognitive screening questions, and that if you have a positive or concerning answer in the screening questions, that then you engage with a cognitive screening tool. So I had no intentions whatsoever of doing that, like I said, because I didn't feel it was clinically indicated. And part of the reason I didn't think it was clinically indicated is because I've spent almost every day in the president's presence since January 20, 2000, or last year, when he got into office. And I've seen him every day. I see him 1, 2, sometimes 3 times a day because of the location of my office. We have conversations about many things. Most don't revolve around medical issues at all. But I've got to know him pretty well, and I had absolutely no concerns about his cognitive ability or his neurological function. So I was not going to do a cognitive exam. I had no intention of doing one. The reason that we did the cognitive assessment is plain and simple because the president asked me to do it. He came to me and he said, is there something we can do, a test or some type of screen that we can do to assess my, my cognitive ability? And so I looked into it, and once again, and my initial question was that I didn't think it was indicated and I didn't think we should do it. After looking at some of the guidelines, there are a few guidelines out there that lean in the direction of potentially doing it. the Medicare guidelines and some of the NIH, National Institute of Aging, they've indicated that it might be a good thing to start doing for most patients in the future. With that in mind, I went through and I looked at a variety of the cognitive assessments that were available. Most of them were very simple, very short, and I think that's the goal actually for primary care providers in doing this, is to keep it simple, keep it short. We picked one of the ones that was a little bit more involved. It was longer. It was the more difficult one of all of them. It took significantly longer to complete, but the president did exceedingly well on it. So that was not driven at all by any clinical concerns I have. It was driven by the president's wishes, and he did well on it.
So to follow up, the president's personal doctor memorably said during the campaign that he would be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency. Do you agree with that assessment?
I'm not going to comment on that. My job is to basically give you my assessment of President Trump today, and I'm not going to make any comparisons with presidents over the last 200 years or anything.
Back to me. Back. Okay, his mental fitness. See, you know, Trump, they have taken him to task. They have taken the President of the United States to task over his mental fitness, okay? And he even went out and said, you know, maybe even I'm a genius, right? So Dr. Jackson put up, just go between the two Dr. Jackson pictures I have. He said he gave the president, at the president's request, a cognitive function test, okay? He gave the president the request, at his request, he said he gave him a difficult test to check him out, gave him a difficult test, and he passed, did very well. The president of the United States is not crazy. Now, I'm going to play, now some people, you have John Carl, just keep going back and forth as much as you want over there on the two pictures, Dr. Jackson and President Donald J. Trump. They gave him his examination. Now, John Carl with ABC looks at this guy and says, come on now, you know, you're telling us a guy 71 years old, 71 years old, and he's eating fried chicken, and he's eating McDonald's, and he's drinking Diet Cokes. Come on, there's got to be something. Got to be something here. Really? You got to give us something. The media was in there. Now, they weren't talking about North Korea and the Blades of Glory, where, you know, North Korea and South Korea, the Blades of Glory, they're going to come together, and they're going to have a women's ice hockey team together. Blades of Glory. I mean, no, they're not asking about North Korea. They're not. I watched, please, I'm asking forgiveness too. I watched MSNBC and some CNN this morning to see what they would say. And I wanted to see what MSNBC, if they would open with Apple. Now, Apple that's the millennials made Apple. I mean, that generation, I mean, my God, they love Apple everything, okay? And I was wondering if their audience, MSNBC's audience, if they would open up with this enormous news that Tim Cook has discovered America. No, did not. But they talked this morning and opened up with Dr. Jackson. John Carl Bank, and then there's reporters in the room saying, okay, get the CNN video about the Diet Cokes ready. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, wait a minute. What about yesterday? You have this same doctor yesterday on CNN, and they're looking at a certain test. And now they're out there telling you that Trump is guaranteed to have a heart attack from 3 to 5 years, okay? 3 to 5 years, guaranteed to have a heart attack, President of the United States, all right? And there's people in this room actually asking this doctor, wait a minute, have you looked at Trump's behavior? Have you studied his behavior? You got to give us something. So this is an older report, but this same doctor, okay? Do you have that video ready? Play that video. This is CNN. I think it's about a month ago.
This weekend with some fascinating details about the life behind closed doors at the White House, and reporting that President Trump may be a major fan of Diet Coke. I want to talk about this now with our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, sir.
I think we always talk about President's health, and it is important to assess the President's health. After all, he's the leader of the free world. So can we talk about he drinks up to, this is according to the New York Times, up to a dozen Diet Cokes throughout the day. What does that do to someone?
Well, you know, I mean, obviously that's a lot of caffeine. There's about 46 milligrams of caffeine per Coke. Put it over the day, you're getting close to 500 milligrams. Now, we don't know if he takes other sources of caffeine. I mean, so if he's not a coffee drinker, you know, coffee has a lot of caffeine in it as well. This may be his source of caffeine. The thing is that it, you know, causes a lot of things that you'd expect a lot of caffeine to cause. Irritability, insomnia, sometimes you become more unfocused when you're drinking that much caffeine. That's really sort of the issue with something like this. But there are a lot of, you know, President Clinton was someone who was famous for drinking Diet Cokes. He had a little button under his desk. Diet Coke would appear when he hit the button. That was sort of his thing as well. So
I keep him in my office.
Okay, folks. Dr. Sanjay, a dozen Diet Cokes. Folks, I want you to go into your local store where you stop in this morning. And I want you to see how many shoulder-to-shoulder people are shoulder-to-shoulder getting a cup of coffee in America. I want you to go into your local store this morning, and I want you to go over and I want you to look at your power drinks, your monsters. You know, it is. Let me tell you something, okay? These high energy drinks, which I do not drink them, okay? I do not. I'm concerned about this generation today that are taking in massive amounts of these high energy drinks. I'm concerned, but Coca-Cola has launched a new line of Diet Coke and Coke products with a skinny can with different flavors to appeal to this generation that is hooked on these energy drinks in the stores, from Monster to Amp, all of them. I don't know all of them, but I want you to go in this morning with America going to work, because actually they're going to work because the President of the United States economy is busting out the seams. But they're going to work, and they are lined up shoulder to shoulder, okay? Shoulder to shoulder, getting a cup of coffee, shoulder to shoulder, buying Monster energy drinks, Amp, all of that stuff. But this is while they treat your President of the United States. Now, I'm going to play you a video. And the reason is I want you to stay with this video. And I'm asking you from me to you to stay with this video, because I think this actually sums up, all right, how the media uses, let's go, it's called Age 3. They treat him like a 3-year-old. You got that video in there? Okay. This is truly, I really want you to watch this for a reason. I don't want you to go away. This is not being silly. This is actually the way your media thinks of your President of the United States. Play this video.
Cognitive development refers to your child's ability to learn, think, and problem solve. While all children develop at a different rate, typically by the age of 3, your child is now learning more through doing and through the senses. So they're really active, they like to run around and climb on things in the playground, and they really like to play dress up, play make-believe. So this is a great time to get them costumes, you know, either princess costumes or pirate costumes, and have them really kind of play with those items and have fun with it. That's how they learn. They're also able to now screw and unscrew jars. They're able to turn door handles. They're able to complete 3 to 4 piece puzzles. They're also able to stack about 6 blocks high. And they're also really engaged in knowing the time. They're very into now, soon, and later. However, they don't really understand what that means. So this is really a great time to use timers and to say things like 5 more minutes of play and maybe set a timer before it's time to wash up. This really gets them engaged in knowing that now is now, and in 5 minutes when that timer goes off, that's when 5 minutes is up. Again, your child at 3 is really into learning through the senses and doing. So provide them with ample opportunities to learn through use of puzzles, through use of matching games, because they're now loving to match pictures and objects, and through make-believe opportunities, plays like costume play and kitchen and a doctor set and have fun with them, because this is really a very fun age.
"71 years old, folks. This is a very fun age. Just have fun with them. This is a very fun age. That's 71. Now, I know what you think out there. Could I pick any... folks, this is so how the media thinks of your president of the United States. Puzzles and graphs at age 3. Okay? The media, okay, Chris Wallace, they all went nuts, right? Right? They went nuts. Who is the head of the CIA? What's his name? Pompeo, right? Mike Pompeo, the head of the CIA. They have him on Fox News. Well, we understand in those morning briefings, the president can only look at pictures. You have to show him pictures. Really? I'm serious. If you are paying attention, what I just played for you for a minute and a half is exactly how they're treating your president of the United States. You remember Pompeo said, I'm not going to dignify this with an answer. Remember, are you on your daily, they want you to believe, the media has tried everything to get you to believe on the daily threat assessment to this country, that Trump can only understand it if they bring him pictures, okay, at 3 years old. Problem solving. Now, 5 minutes when a timer goes off. How many news reports has CNN, how many news reports has MSNBC done? How many times have the New York Times, Washington Post broke down that this guy's attention span in the room? That even when, I read a report that said that even when he's meeting with a foreign leader, he can't even hold his attention for 5 minutes. Okay, 5-minute timers. Okay, they're obsessed at this age with knowing the time. Could you see a meeting in a room, Trump going, what time is it? Hey, you, what time is it? I need a Diet Coke. What time is it? Hey, what time is it? Right, obsessed with time, always want to know. And how about this? Could you see this? Can you see Saturday Night Live doing this? Okay, I can't get the lid off the jar. I'll give it to me. I can get they bring the president in jars to see if he can unscrew a jar. You think I'm silly? You think I'm really being silly right now? You're saying, hey, why are you being so silly? No, if you're not paying attention, what I just played for you for the last minute and a half is exactly how they think of your president of the United States. That's not a joke. Cognitive function. So the president says, look, they're trying to do everything in the world to say I'm crazy. All right, I've got Mike Pompeo. I've got everybody out there saying the president's very engaged in what's going on, okay, on a daily basis. So he says to the doctor, Dr. Jackson, hey, let's add cognitive function. Because these people think I'm crazy. I want them to understand I can do problem solving, okay? And he does that. Can't accept that. We can't accept that. He does that. You know, the only thing I'm waiting for the President of the United States to do is, you know, come in and give a speech in a pirate costume. All right? I swear to God, these people have lost it. If you do not understand where I'm talking about the cognitive function of the President of the United States and what has drove them absolutely crazy. Okay? If you didn't understand that video I just played, then you don't understand what they're trying to do to the President of the United States. I'm going to make a comment because I want to come back and I want to go to the foul language. I don't want to use all the foul language. I want to go to the foul language. I want to go to that. There's some comments on that. I want to go to what Cory Booker did and what Dick Durbin has done. I want to go to shutting down the government. I want to talk about Fannin County high school athletics. I want to talk about who Margaret Williamson is and why she's not why she hasn't told me, but who she's running against for State House, Georgia State House, 7th District. I want to talk about that, some more of the tweets, the fake news awards. John Kelly, Chief of Staff John Kelly, I want to talk about building the Mexican wall. The wall. Building the wall and who's going to pay for it. I'm going to tell you who's going to do that right after this break. But let me tell you, I got to say this, and I want to go to break, okay? And I want to say this, hang on, folks. Please do not get upset with me. I beg you not to get upset with me. And I want to watch the way I say this because there may be people out there that take what I say out of context. I'm going to leave it alone. I played that video for a reason. There's a segment, deep state corruption, that their number one mission is to remove the President of the United States from office. When they get up on a daily basis, there's nothing else between them and trying to remove the President from the Oval Office. They have tried crazy. They have tried the foul language. They're caught off guard all over the kind of language he used. They have tried floating out the story that Trump was a porn star. Okay. I mean, there is nothing. The Russian investigation, collusion, racism, Charlottesville, they tried to tie him and everything together with Roy Moore down there in Alabama. I mean, they have tried everything. Only one thing left for the deep state and the corruption of this country to do, may be the last resort. And I'm afraid to say that's to kill the President of the United States. And I have to tell you, I come to you this morning a nervous wreck of what's next with these people. Anybody that will go as low as they're going, as dirty as they're going, as nasty as they're going, I'm afraid of what's next and the safety of our President of the United States. And since the inauguration of January 20th, this happens to be 1 year, 2 more days. You know, we're only 2 days away. It's 1/18/2018, and we're only 2 days away from January 20th. And it's the first time I've said that in a year of what my concern is. And God, I pray I am totally and completely wrong. But, you know, I certainly hope the President of the United States is very aware of his surroundings, and he's got somebody testing the soup at night, or at least taking a bite. Here, you take a bite out of my Big Mac. All right? All right. I will open my own Diet Coke, damn it. Don't bring my Diet Coke already opened. No, no, no. Sorry, the bad word, okay? I'm your host, BKP. Let's come back, and we're going to do a couple more brief stories, and then we are going to go local. Fannin County, we're going to go local up there, and local politics. I'm your host, BKP. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
All-new Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas, just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hot.
All right, folks, I'm back. I'm your host, BKP. Now, for those of you that tune in on Thursday mornings for Carla's Corner, Carla is not feeling well. Also, schools are closed. Now, I did not do an announcement on schools, but you can go to fetchernews.com and find all the announcements for all the counties for the schools that are still closed. But Carla here in Gilmer County schools are closed. So for those of you that tune in for the Carla's Corner at this time Thursday morning. Kids are home and Carla is not feeling well, so will not be a Carla's Corner this morning. We will be back next Thursday with Carla. Now, so John Kelly, let's go to John Kelly. General John Kelly is a national hero today. General John Kelly, which is now Chief of Staff, is a national hero for a couple reasons. Number one, we find out that Lindsey Grahamnesty, okay, Lindsey Grahamnesty, and what's it? Dick Durbin, Lindsey Grahamnesty, and Dick Durbin were headed up to the White House, all right, and General John Kelly, Chief of Staff, anytime somebody's coming to the Oval Office, especially when he finds out two lefties that are completely as amnesty-driven as Lindsey Graham and Dick Durbin, are coming to meet with the President of the United States with a deal, he rushes to find some counterbalance to put in the room. That's basically what he said. He's, I just want the president surrounded by all of the opinions there. And so he rushes to get some counterbalance into the room. So next thing you know, there's several pro border security senators and people in the room. Along with this lady, and let's put, I think I have the picture, right? Did I send you a picture? Did I not send? I didn't send you a picture of this lady. I guess I forgot to send it. She's the head of Homeland Security. That's okay. I forget her name. That's terrible. Kirsten something, head of Homeland Security. So anyhow, actually that's the white guy. That's the white girl, Kirsten. I forget her last. Nielsen, I think she's head of Department of Homeland Security. All right. So he goes and he rushes to get people into the room, and sources say that John Kelly, an American hero to you and I today, is determined to make sure that we're not going to go soft on illegal immigration and border security. So he tells Chris Wallace, basically, he rushes people into the room. Now, the media is having a field day with John Kelly saying the president has evolved in some of the policies from being candidate Donald Trump. That's her, right? Yeah, Kirsten Nielsen. Is it Nielsen? Is that what's coming up on the last? Yeah. All right. So go back to John Kelly. She's the head of Department of Homeland Security. You're going to see the video on her in a minute. So anyhow, he says, the president has evolved from candidate Donald Trump to, actually policy President Donald Trump. And some of the policies have evolved. And the biggest thing, so they're saying, there will not be a wall, like the president says, and Mexico paying for it. Let me tell you something. John Kelly did not, for the base out there, John Kelly did not go after the President of the United States. The President of the United States came into the Oval Office and said, border security. American people are going to be first. They cannot stand that he has elevated the American people to be his first priority. The media, the deep state, Cory Booker, Dick Durbin, Schumer, Pelosi. How can you elevate? This is how they come across, the audacity. How can you elevate the actual American people, the citizens born in this country, to be first in line instead of these AKA dreamer, or not AKA, also known, are these dreamers, which I can't stand when they say that, okay? Now, Kelly says that we will not have Mexico pay for a wall. What did I tell you when we started the show and Donald Trump said pay for the wall? I said the media will not be happy, and I'm going to move on from this. The media will not be happy unless Ed McMahon or the Prize Patrol, Clearinghouse Prize Patrol van shows up with the Mexican president and 4 other people with the big check at the front of the White House lawn and say, Mr. President, we are here to present the big check to pay for $20 billion for the wall, okay? I said the media will not be happy. They will find every reason that Mexico is not paying for the wall, okay, if Mexican government does not show up with a big check and say, Senor Trump, here is big check for wall. That was so bad. That was really bad. But anyhow, that's what the media is waiting for. What Kelly said is there will be some new fees, maybe on visas through Mexico, green cards. There's renegotiations now in NAFTA to where the trade deficit may not be quite the issue. There may be more, I don't like the word protections, but it may be a better deal for America, you and I. Okay, with all the things that Trump is doing, all right, look at Tim Cook repatriating billions of dollars. Where is it coming from? Other countries. The CEO of Apple, they've had this money offshore. So he's bringing it from another country that they've had offshore back into this country. There's so many different ways, the realities of what the President of the United States is doing. I'm looking at you, I'm going to look in the camera and tell you, Mexico will pay for the wall. The President did not lie to you. Now, what is the wall? Now, first of all, we've done the cognitive function test, and we told you any 3-year-old could start mastering, okay? So the first thing Trump did when he got into Oval Office there is he, after seeing what time it is and after seeing if he could take the lid off a jar, he said, hey, let's look at the total topography. Is that the word? I don't know. The total topography of our southern border. Let's see where the most dangerous zones are that need brick and mortar, need concrete, need a wall, okay, that nobody can dig under, scale, or dig through, or blast, or hit with a battering ram by a cartel. Let's look at the areas that are not conducive to building a wall, but we can use a laser cross-beam system that anybody that crosses sensors will know immediately that we have people crossing. And let's look at the areas where water is actually the barrier that the border runs between. So let's look at the entire 2,000 miles, 1,900 miles or whatever it is, and let's pick out and set up what border security looks like. So many miles of that border security is see-through wall. They need to see the attacker, all right? So many miles is going to be concrete maybe. So many miles will be just fencing. I'd like to see an electric fence, okay, myself. When you jump up there, could you see a little Mexican jumping up, grabbing that fence and falling off? Oh, senior, and stepping in some water before he does, or she, that's wrong. I got to reel this in. I have to. Anyhow, so the President of the United States has not evolved. He actually had a logical thought and sat down with some serious people and said, for 2,000 miles, what is actually the most conducive way to secure the border? Now, he takes John Kelly, which is Department of Homeland Security Secretary. Remember, he's Department of Homeland Security, and he does nothing down there but just evaluate everything. John Kelly knows. And he goes and he reports to the president. See, John Kelly said he's in it for the long haul. See, the media has to see who will quit. Can't we get somebody to quit? He's crazy. How long will John Kelly put up with this? Just saying. So the media will pay, Mexico will pay for the wall. We'll get into Donald Trump's tweets in just a minute, okay? Who will shut down the government? We'll talk about that. Now, a couple days ago, we know for sure, a couple days ago, there was a meeting and there were several in the room. And the Department of Homeland Security, head of Department of Homeland Security, we've heard Tom Cotton say, hey, you know what? The president didn't say that. We've heard David Perdue say he didn't say that. But I want to play this video, all right? And this is, and I want you to see how this lady is being treated by Cory Booker. I have to play this video. Let's go to the video that says Cory Booker rips DHS chief, okay, about him. This is Cory Booker. This guy wants to be president of the United States, folks. He doesn't want to be the first black president. He wants to be a first allegedly gay black president. That's not, just saying, just my words. Let's go to this video. Watch the way he treats this white woman.
In an Oval Office meeting, referring to people from African countries and Haitians with the most vile and vulgar language. The language festers. When ignorance and bigotry is allied with power, it is a dangerous force in our country. Your silence and your amnesia is complicity. Right now in our nation, we have a problem. I don't know if 73% of your time is spent on white supremacist hate groups. I don't know if 73% of your time is spent concerned about the people in fear in communities in this country, Sikh Americans, Muslim Americans, Black Americans. The fact pattern is clear of the threats in this country. I hurt. When Dick Durbin called me, I had tears of rage when I heard about his experience in that meeting. And for you not to feel that hurt and that pain, and to dismiss some of the questions of my colleagues, saying I've already answered that line of questions when tens of millions of Americans are hurting right now because of what they're worried about what happened in the White House. That's unacceptable to me. There are threats in this country. People plotting. I receive enough death threats to know the reality. Kamala receives enough death threats to know the reality. Maisie receives enough death threats to know the reality. And I've got a president of the United States whose office I respect, who talks about the countries of origins of my fellow citizens in the most despicable of manner. You don't remember. You can't remember the words of your commander-in-chief. I find that unacceptable. Mr. Chairman, I'm grateful to be on this committee. I'm more than ever today happy I am here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, first of all, it's good to find out what Democrats find is unacceptable. I'm serious. That's the big word. I find this unacceptable. It's great to find out what Democrats classify as unacceptable. I love it. There's a whole list, Corey. What's unacceptable? I don't know. What's unacceptable? Would it be unacceptable for Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch to be sitting on a plane together on a tarmac out in Arizona? Or should they have been standing on a corner in Winslow? What's unacceptable? I'm serious. It's interesting. And Corey wants to be president of the United States. And listen to this. You think about this, because these guys can't even lie well. I mean, makeup, lights, camera, go. They're actors. They think they're freaking actors, and they're doing a show. Okay? Dick Durbin called him. When Dick Durbin called me to tell me what happened, I had tears of rage. Could you hear Cory Booker? Dick. Hello, how are you this afternoon? Dick, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You've got to be lying. No, Dick. This man did not effing say shithole. He didn't do it, Dick. It didn't happen. Please, Dick, tell me you're wrong. Oh my God. I have friends from Haiti on my Christmas card list. I mean, and they want you and I to fall for it. That they're so disturbed by this salty language. Are you listening? That's what he said. Are you listening to me, white woman? Are you listening? I don't know if you're spending 70% of your time on white supremacy hate groups. The people out there living in fear. Let me tell you who's not living in fear. I'll tell you who is not living in fear this morning. I'm going to gather this up for you. The people that work at Apple this morning, that are getting massive raises and bonuses, they are not living in fear. They're just not. Rough, tough, strong language. All right, let me play another video. This time is going short. I want to get another video ready. And I'll tell you which one I want now. So, let's go with, did I send you the one? Kirstjen Nielsen claims I did not hear what was said. That video? No, let's go, yeah. Let's go to that one. Kirstjen Nielsen claims I did not hear. You got to go into yesterday. Because I sent it yesterday. I'm sorry. That was on the yesterday's show we were going to do. All right, that's yesterday's emails. Okay, Kirstjen Nielsen claims I did not hear that. Okay, I want to put that up. All right. And this is Dick Durbin. And then I want to play that. So this is Senator Patrick Leahy from Vermont. All right. And he is outraged. So we have found out, folks. We have found out from Cory Booker what's unacceptable. All right. Now, Patrick Leahy, the Democrat senator from Vermont, yes, there's two senators from Vermont. There's Bernie Sanders, the socialist, and then there's Patrick Leahy, the Democrat senator from Vermont. And he's, I think he's 80 years old also. We okay with that? All right, let's play this one. Now he's still talking to Kirstjen Nielsen, Department of Homeland Security, because she's in the meeting. She's in the meeting. Go ahead.
Now, last week in the Oval Office, President Trump reportedly said the most vulgar and racist things I've ever heard a president of either party utter. In fact, I've never heard any president, Republican or Democrat, utter anything even similar. Now he denies using the specific word, and there's been some, maybe he used a different word, maybe he didn't. Now, Madam Secretary, you were in the room. You're under oath. Did President Trump use this word or a substantially similar word to describe certain countries?
I did not hear that word used, no, sir.
That's not a question. Did he use anything similar to that describing certain countries?
The conversation was very impassioned. I don't dispute that the president was using tough language. Others in the room were also using tough language. If I could, the concept and the context, I believe, in which this came up was the concept that the president would like to move to a merit-based system. He would like to not and no longer look at quotas from countries.
Did he use what would be considered vulgar language referring to certain countries?
The president used tough language in general, as did other congressmen in the room. Yes, sir.
Yes, the others aren't. President, you imply the president was articulating his support for a merit-based immigration system like those in Australia or Canada.
Okay, so we found out what's acceptable, and it's unacceptable by Cory Booker. The Democrats have disclosed what's unacceptable to them. And then I just want to make a note, okay? Maybe Patrick Leahy, the senator from Vermont, maybe the reason the most vulgar and racist language you've ever heard, maybe it's because Vermont is white. I don't know, just checking. Maybe all of you up there that are staying at the inn, it's the only thing I remember, Newhart, right? It had an inn in Revolve. And I mean, I never heard Larry, Daryl, and Daryl use language quite like that. So, I mean, I can understand, Patrick, that you did not hear that while working at the inn from Larry, Daryl, and Daryl up there in Vermont. But I want to say on a serious note, maybe, did you hear him slurring his words? Maybe he needs to have some cognitive. Maybe there needs to be some cognitive testing for Senator Patrick Leahy. I'm just saying, I'm not being mean. I mean, did you hear this guy? He couldn't put two words together and he's slurring his words. It's like, I'm really worried about that guy. But now we find out that it's the most vulgar and racist thing I've ever heard. Well, Ted Kennedy, I tell you what, I think Ted Kennedy and Chris Dodd, when they raped that waitress that night, allegedly raped that waitress, I bet you when they were drunk and allegedly raped that waitress, I bet you those Democrats might have used some tough language. But he's never heard such racist things, ever. He's never heard nothing like that in his life. Okay? Now, what did she say? She's trying to tell you that it was flying. Okay, see, we understand down here in America, when she said, I'm in the room, there's some tough language in the room. Okay? Other congressmen in the room. Now, Sam, I got a question for you. If Doc Whaley does this every Friday, I very seldom do this. Dr. Whaley asks Sam 15 questions. But I just want to know, because I want you to tell me when and we got to set this up. This is a woman, so we have to check this out. We have to check this out. Did you understand? Do you have the level of intelligence to understand, as a woman, that when she said, another woman was trying to tell him some tough languages in the room. Did you pick up 2 and 2? Did you have enough common sense to pick up that it was kind of sound like she's saying it was flying back and forth all over?
From a woman's perspective?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
for clarifying that women have to have some special clarification.
But I just want to get a clear understanding. Listen, Kirsten, the lady there, and that's why I wanted this lady to tell you, the lady there is trying to tell everybody there, it's flying back and forth. I mean, there's F-bombs dropping. I mean, she was trying to avoid them. It's like, I mean, she's trying to tell them, look, you're all concerned about the word shithole, and I'm sorry, I don't want to use that too often, okay, but that's what you're worried about. And it's the most racist thing you've ever heard. I mean, I'm wondering how this lady keeps from laughing. This is the most vulgar, racist thing. And then Cory Booker yells at this lady. People living in fear. She's thinking, living in fear. You should have been in the room. I was listening to just boom. She keeps saying tough language, tough language. Now, let's get one more video on this, okay? Because I am going to do the local spots. We're not leaving today without the local spots. Let's pull up. There was a second one, okay? The exchange between Nielsen and Durbin. And that was yesterday also. Tell me when you have that one ready. You got that one? Okay. This is Dick Durbin, okay? Now this is wait a minute, before you go to this, you need to understand. They spent your tax money asking this lady if she can remember anybody using a bad word. I swear to God, it's the only way I can frame it. That's how crazy this damn place has gotten up there. We're going to shut the government down. We're more interested in 800,000 people that did not come here legally, okay, that are here against the law. All this stuff is crazy. It's bat crap crazy because we're trying to figure out, and we're spending millions of dollars of your tax money to figure out if someone said a bad word. So this is Dick Durbin, because God knows this is Dick Durbin. He was in the room. Let's play Dick Durbin and Nielsen's conversation.
I hope you remember me. We were together at 2 meetings last week. I would like to ask you about one of those meetings. It occurred about noon on January the 11th. You were a few minutes late, I know, and asked forgiveness, but you were called at the last minute to come and attend. Some things were said at that meeting which I believe we have to address today. People across the United States and around the world want to know what this president believes should be our priorities when it comes to immigration. I'm going to ask you, as best you can, to recall what you heard the president say when it came to those priorities. What do you remember the president saying about immigration from African countries to the United States?
What I heard him saying was that he'd like to move away from a country-based quota system to a merit-based system. So it shouldn't matter where you're from, it should matter what you can contribute to the United States.
How did he characterize those countries in Africa?
I don't specifically remember a categorization of countries in Africa. I think what he was saying is, as far as best I could tell, and as you know, there were about a dozen people in the room, there were a lot of cross conversations, there was a lot of rough talk by a lot of people in the room. But what I understood him to be saying is, let's move away from the countries and let's look at the individual and make sure that those we bring here can contribute to our society.
Do you remember the president saying expressly, I want more Europeans, why can't we have more immigrants from Norway?
I do remember him asking about the concept of underrepresented countries as a fix. This was in the conversation about removing the diversity lottery and how we could reallocate that. And I do remember him asking if we do that and we then assign those to countries that are unrepresented, aren't we just continuing non-merit-based immigration? So from that perspective, I think he did ask, would that cover European countries, or by its nature, would that mean that we are further establishing immigration to purposefully exclude Europeans?
What did the president say about immigrants from Norway?
I heard him repeating what he had learned in a meeting before, that they are industrious, that they are a hardworking country, they don't have much crime there, they don't have much debt. I think in general, I just heard him giving compliments to Norway.
You said on Fox News that the president used strong language. What was that strong language?
Let's see, strong language, there was Apologies, I don't remember specific word. What I was struck with, frankly, as I'm sure you were as well, was just the general profanity that was used in the room by almost everyone.
Did you hear me use profanity?
No, sir, neither did I.
Did you hear Senator Graham use profanity?
I did hear tough language from Senator Graham, yes, sir.
What did he say?
He used tough language. He was impassioned. I think he was feeling very strongly about the issue, as was everyone in the room. And to underscore a point, I think he was using some strong language.
Do you recall that the strong language he used repeated exactly what the president had said prior to that?
I remember specific cuss words being used by a variety of members.
I'm not going to ask you to say those words here, but I will just say for the record, Senator Graham spoke up in a way that I respect very much, countering what the president had said about countries in Africa, reminding the president that his family did not come to America with great skills or wealth, but they came here as
Okay, folks, we're running out of time, so I don't have time to play the whole thing. So Norway, it's real simple. Norway, white. Africa and Haiti, black. Bottom line. President said Norway, you cannot discuss a predominantly a country with a predominantly white population. You can't do that, okay? That's against all of the rules. And the world is waiting. Now, Dick Durbin, God knows, first of all, he wants to check her memory. He gives her a memory check. So he does a cognitive test on her before he starts. Do you remember me? Do you remember? You know, I know you were late, and I understand. So don't try to lie here, young lady. I'm sorry. So he does that. We know that, okay? And then he says, the world is waiting to see what our priorities are when it comes to immigration. Dick Durbin, you're upset, and your friends, and the deep state and all the above, because our priorities by this president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is the American people. So that's why you're upset. What would happen here? If they get the word out and they call Donald Trump a racist, will he lose the black vote? I mean, what exactly could happen here? He could lose. What is going on here, okay? Because I already told you. African American in the inner city, is a lot of them saying, that white boy is crazy. Did you hear what that white boy said? He's crazy, okay? What happened, okay? How did he say it? How did he say it? So she comes back and she says, there's generally profanity used in the room by everyone. Now, why is the media, CNN, MSNBC, looking for those other outrageous words? I mean, the worst language. So if somebody across the room said, well, I'm tired of those effing S-holes, what is the other profanity? You're going to tell me S-H-I-T. So this lady says, they're liars. And where I'm getting with this is the American people know the truth, folks. The fake media is the fake media. They try to create something for you to believe, you to think, and want you to feel a certain way. It's not working. Now, we have a small audience, okay? Well, we have a reach, but there's too many people like myself that can just, smell this out, whether it be, in the S in the winds, like, smell it, So, general profanity used in the room by everyone. Did I use language? No, Senator Durbin, you did not. Did Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham used some tough language. He was cussing up a storm. They're in there. We know what these committee rooms are like. But we have Cory Booker. We have all of them on there saying, oh my God, the people living in fear had to hear that. So, they're going to shut the government down, right? We'll talk about that. We're going to shut the government down. Trump, New York Times, Trump has perfect cognitive test score with White House physician says. Okay. Kelly calls some of Trump's campaign pledges on immigration and wall uninformed. Meeting attendees say it's not he was uninformed. He did not know everything because he was a candidate. When you are a candidate, you do not know every single detail, okay? All right, so let's go to Tim Cook and Apple, because I have a warning with this. There's two things. There's the argument, and I'm not going to have time to go into anything else this morning, but there is the argument, and I'm not going to be able to go into the Wisconsin Senate race, okay, that the Democrat won the Republican district, and Democrats are cheering, and they're talking about the wave. We're going to do that tomorrow. But let me just go with this. Apple says, now, the Democrats have to go with racist. They have to go with S-hole. They have to go with cognitive. They've got to go with Diet Cokes. They've got to go with the guy is going to have a heart attack. They've got to go with shutting the government down. They've got to go with the dreamers, as they call it, DACA. They have to go with all of this 100%, 100 mile an hour forward because of one particular reason. There's people like Tim Cook, a real lefty, with a real lefty company like Apple, that says, you know what? Hollywood is a bunch of lefties, all right? Religious liberty bills, you should stay strong in your local state, in your state houses, and fight for them, and not let the lefties push you against your religious liberty bills in your states, because reality is lefties will go anywhere they can get a tax break, these lefty corporations, okay? So they're not concerned. They can tell you all they want that they'll only go to states that fly the rainbow flag. But that's not true. They go to states. These lefty liberal corporations go to states where they get to keep the most of their money. They're so two-faced it's not even funny. They're liars. So they'll go to states anywhere that lets them keep their money, regardless of how much of a red state they are. That being said, Apple, Tim Cook, it's Obama. The media wants you to paint every day that this is Obama's economy. It is not Obama's economy. Obama did nothing to further the private sector. You and I out there working every day and being optimistic in how we spend the money. Nothing did they do to encourage a positive private sector economy. Apple said it will bring back much of its overseas cash under the new corporate-friendly tax law. This story comes from the Los Angeles Times, okay? Apple revealed a plan Wednesday that would make it the first major company to repatriate money. There are trillions offshore, folks. $1 trillion offshore. I think Apple has 300 billion of it. It's offshore. It's money that corporations would not bring home and invest into this country because our corporate tax rates were way too high. But we did a 1 year. There's a 1 year opening window in the tax plan, Donald Trump's tax plan, President Donald Trump's tax, that allows them to repatriate the money one time. Okay, the tech giant said it will make an approximately $38 billion. It will, wait a minute. The tech giant said it will make approximately $38 million in tax payments, a figure that suggests the company is moving $245 billion out of its $252 billion in funds stashed overseas. They are going to put $245 billion back into this country. Where did you hear that? Over and over and over. Right here. $245 billion Apple's bringing back in. They are going to build a new, Apple finishing a $5 billion headquarters, okay, and are going to add, Apple is going to add 20,000, where is it here? Apple is going to add 20,000 new jobs. One reason only. President Donald J. Trump's tax plan, repatriating $245 billion. I have told you, no, this is not $245 billion that the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve is not printing this money that we're borrowing. We're not selling T-bills, Treasury bills to pay anything, to keep things. This is clean money coming home. This is not from the cartels. This is not money laundering. This is just flat out money coming back into this country that we do not print. because of a Democrat Congress and a Democrat president in the White House. These people have been waiting for Donald Trump, whether they lie to you or not, these lefties. What has Democrats a nervous wreck is what if Apple employees actually vote for Donald Trump now? You keep talking about all the people that will, the educated. Well, let me tell you something. Oh my God, I don't want to go here. I got to go here tomorrow. But every time we do polls, right, it has always been Donald Trump's base, the uneducated white guy that does not have a degree. He doesn't have a college degree, missing a couple teeth. He likes NASCAR. He drinks beer. That's Donald Trump's supporter, right? The educated. Here is the thing. Every time they do a poll, it's the educated white people. It's the educated white women. It's the educated white males that do not like Donald Trump. Okay? What if the educated people actually go to their accountant? What if Mr. and Mrs. actually make $200,000 and they have investments and they go to their accountant and the accountant says, oh, you get to keep an extra this. How did that happen? Well, I guess you can say thank you to Donald Trump. Really? So what if Biff and Stacy go down and they take their 2.3 kids and they go down to do their taxes and find out that they have $1,500 more, and now instead of 6 TVs, they can have 9. All right? Whatever. Period. Why, they may thank Donald Trump, like Tim Cook here. So that being said, now my only fear to this, and I'm going to leave this alone, there is a downside. I know you're mad. You don't want me to find a downside in this. There is a downside. The downside to this story with $245 billion coming into the country, the downside with all these people getting raises, the downside is your states, I know you don't like this, but I have to give it to you. Your states, counties, cities, they know you have some extra money. Beware. Because the minute the states, the counties, and cities find out that you got an extra $50, they may have new fees, taxes, and the cost of user taxes may be hitting you. Just be careful. Nothing worse than the government finding out you have some extra money. That's it. I can't go any more on that. I want to come back because I want to do a segment by itself. I want to do 2 segments by itself, about 8 minutes long, and I don't want to confuse them. We are going to talk about parents angered over current state of Fannin County athletics and who is running against David Ross and who is Margaret Williamson when we come back. Take us to break.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca, and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
And we're back, folks. That's right. Donald Trump getting the best of my love, baby. Yep. You make me smile, right? All right, I'm your host, BKP. We got 14 minutes, and we want to make this the best 14 minutes. I usually look around at the Twitter deck before I leave every day. I always look around to see if there's any top stories happening, see if they've actually cleared Dennis Rodman's DUI so he can get his passport, head over to North Korea to see if he can do some negotiating for us on behalf of the president of North Korea. All jokes aside, let's make this the best 13 or 14 minutes on TV. FetcherNews.com, Fannin County. Now, stay with me here. This is local, and we do have a final comment nationally, so don't leave now. FetcherNews.com, Fannin County. Go there, okay? And you want to look at a story, Parents Angered Over Current State of Fannin County Athletics, which actually maybe should say high school. And the parents of Fannin County children gathered at the January 11th Board of Education meeting to express their concern and anger over the current state of Fannin County Athletic Department. Accusations of student favoritism, parent interference, and overall lack of accountability among, put Donnie Kendall's picture up, please, among administration were discussed as parents addressed the board. First to speak during the public portion of the meeting was parent Donnie Kendall. We have, and this is Donnie Kendall, we have a culture here at the school that has been accepted and embraced, that it's losing culture, and it's considered the norm, Kendall said. Let me give you a little highlight there. A lot of the rural county high schools, school systems that have athletic departments, There's a lot of times when teams do not do well, football, basketball, list goes on, whether it's wrestling, volleyball, I don't know. But when teams don't do well, there's somewhat of an acceptance that has been built in that, well, we're a rural county and we don't have the athletes. We don't have the athletes to produce, okay, the championship teams that can compete on a state level. Well, there's a group of parents, and this is going to be very quick, but there's a group of parents that have had it with that because they feel, the athletic director, which is Dr. Ramsey in Fannin County High School, he is the assistant principal, okay? He is the assistant principal, and this is just going to be a quick put together. The assistant principal of Fannin County High School, Dr. Ramsey. There's a group of parents that feel that Dr. Ramsey, athletic director, and the coaching staff, several are being paid well enough that there needs to be a better or different attitude, and Fannin County Rebels athletics should be more competitive or should be showing signs of being a much more competitive than they are. Okay, and these are just general statements that I've heard, phone calls, whatever, of some of the feelings that are out there. Another thing is the region play. Fannin County plays in 3A, Region 3A, and we don't have enough time to go on that. And a lot of people would like for Fannin County to play in 2A so they could be more competitive. Those arguments are all out there. Kendall spoke directly of the assistant principal and athletic director, Dr. Scott Ramsey. This is a quote from Donnie Kendall. "We have an athletic director who makes $93,000 to run these programs, whose job undoubtedly ends at 4:30 so he can go do his second job, while different administrators are asked to cover for him at our sporting events on a regular basis." Now, those are Donnie Kendall's words that he said. And he makes the accusation that Dr. Ramsey's making $93,000 a year as assistant principal, athletic director, and claims he has a night job, which is my understanding the Fannin County, the night school, teaches at the night school. So I just want to let you know, first of all, FetcherNews.com paused a little bit. Now, I have been aware of this story for quite some time, okay? I have had many people say to me, and this is where you're going to learn a little bit about us, hey, when are you? I've actually had people say, when are you going to talk about this? And I'm not making accusations that these, there's not reasons on the other side. We're going to give the other side their day to make their statement. But we're Fannin County Athletics. I've had people say, when are you going to do something? Well, we have a rule here. We don't go after people. I know there's a segment out there that says that, and that's just total BS. We don't go after people. We wait patiently until something becomes a news story, okay? Before it becomes a news story. Then when it becomes a news story, we patiently put the facts together. That's an ugly word out there for some media out there. But we patiently put the facts together. We work on it. We consult from within, 2 or 3 of us, what's happening. Then we release a story. That's just this novel idea that we have here at FetcherNews.com. That being said, it is now news. We're not going after anybody, my promise. But Donnie Kendall and several, because of their public appearance in a public meeting at the Board of Education and what has happened on social media this weekend, this is now news. So we will be doing a full in-depth, prepare for us to interview these parents, coaches, the superintendent of schools, the athletic director, assistant principal, the principal of the school, other coaches. We will now do, because this turned into a news story. That's how we work here. We don't go after anybody. I know Dr. Ramsey. I mean, I have pleasant conversations, but reality is news, and this is your tax money. This is your tax money, what these people are getting paid. So, first of all, I'd like for you to go to Fannin County, FetcherNews.com, and go and read the story. Click on news, Natalie Kissel. Natalie Kissel wrote this story. She attended the meeting. She was at the meeting. She wrote the story, and she is furthering the investigation into this. So that's where we're at there. You can read the entire story about the meeting, and we do make a commitment to our viewers as at the end of the story Natalie has, stay with FetcherNews.com as we follow up with Fannin County Board and Fannin County Athletic Administrators on issues discussed at the Board of Education meeting. So when you read the article, we are going to give the board members, Dr. Ramsey, everybody an opportunity to respond. This is not a one-sided story. Now that's that. Now let's put up the picture of Speaker of the House, David Ralston. This is going to be another quick story. This is another segment. You want to clear that? Okay. So this is House Speaker, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston. Okay, and Georgia House Speaker David Ralston is also he is the representative from the 7th District of Georgia, meaning Fannin County, Gilmer County, and a portion of Dawson County. So he is the representative of that area. When you are the representative, then your peers get together, and when your peers get together, they vote you as Speaker of the House, or House Speaker for Georgia. Now, he has state business he has to do. We're going to go in detail of what this guy has to do on a daily basis there in session. But he is the representative of this district. Now, he has had opponents in the past. Former high school wrestling coach here, Sam Snyder, has opposed Mr. Ralston twice. This time, this lady, Margaret Williamson, has announced. So Margaret Williamson has announced that she's running for Georgia House Representative District 7 against the Speaker of the House, David Ralston. Now, what she has done, let me tell you exactly what's happened. You can also go to FetcherNews.com, Fannin County, click on News. Natalie Kissel, again, has a story there called Margaret Williamson to Challenge David Ralston in the Republican Primary. Everything is there. Margaret Williamson released, keep her picture up, a statement. For many years, I have been involved in political campaigns on local, state, and national levels. I have actively participated in legislative issues and support of or in opposition to learning all the way. Now I intend to use my experience and acquired knowledge to enter into the process as a candidate. Now, with my 2 minutes left, she has filed the paperwork. This is what you have to do. She has filed the paperwork to actually take campaign contributions, meaning she intends to have a campaign contribution bank account. So we do know she has filed that paperwork with the state to be able to take campaign contributions legally. We know she has said that she intends to qualify. Now, these are my words. I always caution a candidate is not 100% until they qualify. Now, they can start spending money on marketing, advertising. They can say they're running. They can get out and go to meetings and stand up. But I always say it doesn't matter who it is, qualify. But she is intending to run. Now, Miss Williamson, mother, grandmother, wife, right? Married to John Williamson. John Williamson opposed State Senator Steve Gooch in the last election. Margaret Williamson is I'm going to say co-founder. I don't want to get in trouble. Either the founder, the original founder, or original co-founder, I don't want to get in trouble, of the Tea Party of Gilmer County back when, there was 200 people going to that Tea Party. Her and John were instrumental in founding that Tea Party of Gilmer County. Margaret's been involved in she may hold an office or hold a position in the Gilmer County Republican Women, all that. My point is very involved. Margaret has worked in Karen Handel's campaign. Margaret Williamson has worked in Sam Snyder's campaign strongly. She's an activist across the state, religious liberty, religious freedom. If the doors are open at the Capitol on a piece of legislation, Margaret Williamson will be there. Very active, okay? Very active. I'm going to talk more about this race as it goes on, but if you want to find out who she is, you can go to fetchyournews.com, and I will talk more about this race as it goes on and get some more details. I'm kindly waiting. House Speaker is very busy. I don't want to get too much into this race at this time without giving both of them a chance to respond. We will wait. We will wait. This is one thing I can tell you. We will wait to see what Miss Williamson does next. Because let me tell you something. She will do something next. It doesn't matter if it's a big announcement, if she's going to email us a big announcement, if she's going to go to a meeting somewhere and make announcements. You will not be waiting to find out what Margaret thinks about something very soon out there. And when it happens, we'll bring it to you here at fetchyournews.com. Now, the president has tweeted out, I know we did not do the fake news awards, and I did want to cover more on the local. I am very sorry about that we didn't, but the president tweeted out an hour ago, a government shutdown will be devastating to our military, something that Dems care very little about. This is true. The largest, let me just tell you this, and we'll end with this in the last minute. The largest pay increase to our military, your military saw this in their check. They were able to see this in their check in January. So they know who gave them, okay? They know who gave them a raise. Donald J. Trump. They know. Period. I'm telling you right now, the President of the United States will not be held responsible for a government shutdown. That's all I have. It should be a 4-hour show because we missed yesterday. Tomorrow, I know it's 10 o'clock. Got to go tomorrow. Circuit World, Blue Ridge. Circuit World of Blue Ridge will be there tomorrow morning. Ask the Doc, Pet of the Week, Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley, and we're really going to go over the president's cognitive function and his examination. Dr. Whaley's going to be very clear on that. You will get actually the truth. And Jason Banks Sports, okay? Team FYN Sports and Review with Jason Banks. The All-Star Political Panel, Rick, Jane, and Bruce. That's it. I know it's 10:01. I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow morning at Circuit World in Blue Ridge.